Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take the complex stack of research you've shared with us and, well, we distill it down to the essential insights you need right now. Today, we are cracking open a really revolutionary stack of sources. It's titled Loyalty Reborn 2026.
Yeah.
And this stuff charts the complete overhaul of how brands are trying to secure and, keep your business.
It's a deep dive, all right?
Yeah.
We're basically looking at the impending death of the old school point system.
Right.
For decades, loyalty was just transactional. Points, air miles, a simple discount. But our mission today is to unpack why that era is ending.
And what's replacing it?
Exactly. How brands are shifting from just incentivizing a purchase to actually building these deep, resilient, emotional relationships with their customers.
And the data says this shift is happening right now. The funeral bell is ringing at the very start of these sources. A key survey shows that 69% of millennials,
69%. It's a huge number.
They now explicitly prefer immediate benefits over, saving up points for some distant reward. That old model, it demands patience, and the modern consumer just doesn't have it.
That's the fundamental misunderstanding of the old model. It assumes the customer is driven by economics.
And they're not.
The research proves they are not. The new battleground isn't return on investment, but return on emotion, ROE.
ROE.
And that emotional connection, it is shown to stimulate repeat purchases 65% more than any simple transactional incentive.
65% is a massive delta. So if the relationship is the new currency, what's the first tangible step a brand should take, tomorrow to start measuring emotion instead of just transactions?
Well, they have to realize they're not just selling products anymore. They're selling understanding.
Understand.
The first step is just acknowledging that the customer is demanding hyper-relevance. They're looking for an understanding of self and experiences that meet their real-life needs instantly. If you're still sending out mass email blasts, you are completely missing the point.
And this demand for unique relevance is driving what the sources are calling a consumer bifurcation. We're seeing two clear poles emerge, right? And the old programs just can't satisfy both.
Exactly. On one side, you've got customers who are willing to pay a pretty big premium for highly personalized, bespoke experiences.
They value convenience and relevance over everything.
Right. And on the other side, you have consumers who are just laser focused on immediate cost-effective value. An ordinary generic point program is, well, it's too blunt an instrument. It can't capture the high-value emotional customer or the price-sensitive one.
It also goes beyond just what's best for me, the individual consumer. The sources really stress that loyalty today comes from a much stronger alignment.
A values alignment.
Yeah. Supporting brands that take clear stances that align with what a customer believes. They call it ethical loyalty.
This is where that emotional bond becomes really, truly resilient. The classic example they cite is Patagonia. They focus so intensely on their environmental and social values, right? That's the core of their brand. So when a customer buys a jacket from them, it's not a transaction.
They're buying into a mission.
They're buying into a shared mission. And that bond, it acts as this huge defense against competitors who are just trying to undercut them on price.
So we've set up the global pressures. Now, the sources give us this fascinating micro view looking specifically at Thai consumer trends for 2026. How does this global shift to ROE and ethical loyalty actually play out when people are also really worried about the cost of living?
This is a perfect bridge. The source confirms that 57% of Thai consumers are worried about the rising cost of living.
Which should push them toward discounts, you'd think.
You'd think.
Yeah.
But paradoxically, there's this really strong health plus value first push.
So quality wins out over a temporary saving.
Precisely. People are prioritizing long-term investment in their health and quality of life. The sources note that anywhere from 51 to 66% care deeply about food quality and safety. So this means brands that sell higher-priced goods, they have to clearly and sincerely communicate the long-term value of their products. That's how you justify the premium.
And beyond that value conversation, there's this incredible demand for immediacy from younger consumers. Gen Y, Gen Z.
Oh, yeah.
They want total transparency. 64% want sincerity, 70% want trustworthiness, and the expectation for online service is, well, it's almost impossible.
The bar is impossibly high. The single most critical metric here is speed. Customers expect a personalized, sincere response to an online query within 1 hour.
1 hour.
If they don't get it, they are ready to switch brands immediately. If you can't deliver sincerity and speed at scale, your old point system is totally irrelevant.
So if points are dead and brands need to somehow scale sincerity, where do they shift their focus? Let's move from what customers want to where and how they're connecting.
Yes, and this is where emotion really becomes the new currency. The focus moves out of that direct brand-to-consumer channel and into the peer-to-peer sphere.
So
We're seeing the rise of niche micro-communities, especially with Gen Z. Loyalty to massive faceless brands is being replaced by relying on your peers and these so-called micro-influencers for authentic information.
But how does a huge multinational brand even participate in these tiny communities without looking, well, intrusive or kind of creepy?
That is the challenge. The brand can't be the hero of the story. The strategy needs the brand to become the host.
A facilitator.
Facilitator, exactly. You enable customers to interact with each other around a shared interest. And if a brand can successfully create these dedicated brand communities, online groups, special events, it massively boosts loyalty. But maybe more importantly, it can cut new customer acquisition costs by a striking 30 to 40%.
That is the definition of operational efficiency. You just foster the ecosystem and the loyalty follows.
This is what the sources call community-led growth. And now let's drill into the sheer profitability of emotion. Harvard Business School research cited here shows that 95% of all purchase decisions are subconscious. They're driven by emotion.
So almost every decision we think we're making rationally, it actually starts with a feeling.
Correct. And the payoff for tapping into that emotional core is just astronomical. Emotionally engaged customers have a lifetime value, an LTV that is roughly 306% higher.
Wow, 300%.
To put that in perspective, we're talking about an emotional investment being exponentially more valuable than 3 straight years of constant discounts.
That's incredible.
Absolutely. And when you deliver personalized emotional experiences, you increase brand advocacy 3 times more than if you just deliver a standard, boring service.
This all suggests a complete strategic overhaul. Marketing, sales, service, everything. The sources introduced this Loyalty 5.0 framework to guide it all, built on 4 pillars.
The first pillar is the shift from reward to relationship. You have to move your brand from being a redemption counter where you cash in points
To being a life partner.
to becoming a life partner. It's about a long-term commitment.
The second pillar then shifts the main driver from transaction to emotion. This emotional loyalty is like an invisible shield against price wars.
Third, we move from thinking about the mass market to the micro-community, focusing on those niche groups where real, authentic bonds can actually form.
And finally, because humans can't possibly scale genuine emotional care to millions of people, the last pillar is the jump from manual to AI automation.
And that's the critical link. Technology becomes an agent that can act and think with empathy. AI enables the scale of sincerity.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting technologically. AI moving beyond simple automation to what the sources call AI empathy. How big is this shift?
The growth tells the whole story. The emotion AI market is projected to go from about $2 billion in 2024 to, get this, over $13 billion by 2033.
That's a massive jump.
It's a compound annual growth rate of almost 23%. This is not theoretical stuff. This is businesses scrambling to get technology that can deliver individual-level understanding at scale.
And the practical application is predictive loyalty. So we're not just reacting to a complaint anymore. We're getting ahead of the problem before the customer even says anything.
Exactly. The AI analyzes these early warning signals that a human might miss. Things like a subtle decrease in how often they use your app, or maybe a more frustrated tone detected in a chat.
Okay.
And this lets the system automatically flag and segment these high-risk customers. And the numbers here are critical. The sources confirm that just reducing churn by 5% can increase profits by anywhere from 25 to 95%.
So AI empathy isn't just about feelings, it's protecting your most valuable assets.
It's a profit driver.
Let's look at how this is being built. In places like Thailand, the source highlights Line CRM. They found that using AI-driven targeted broadcasts online show open rate increases of 19%.
And click-through rate, or CTR, increases of 54% over just generic messages. That's personalization driving real, measurable performance.
And generative AI is now refining the quality of the response.
Yes, it lets the system adjust the message tone automatically.
Yeah.
So if a customer is angry, the AI generates a draft that's immediately empathetic and apologetic. Crucially, it bases that draft on their purchase history, their past issues, You feel remembered.
Without a human having to manually dig through everything.
Exactly.
But let's be real for a second. Can AI, which is just sophisticated code, really deliver genuine empathy? Or does the customer eventually feel manipulated? Doesn't the human element still matter more?
That's a great question. The goal isn't synthetic humanity. It's about contextual relevance. The customer feels cared for when they don't have to repeat themselves, when the brand anticipates their needs. Look at the Starbucks Deep Brew system. They use AI to analyze real-time data orders, the weather, your location, to dynamically adjust personalized rewards.
So what does that look like in practice?
It goes way beyond simple rewards. The system detects a customer's next best action. So if the AI sees a regular hasn't visited in a while, it doesn't wait for a complaint. It automatically sends a relevant win-back offer.
So the AI is actively managing the relationship.
It's ensuring the relationship stays valuable for both sides.
The whole strategic shift, then, it really boils down to creating that moment of value instantly. And to do that, you can't have your customer data stuck in different silos.
No, you need the infrastructure. And that's where the customer data platform, the CDP, comes in. Think of the CDP as the brand's central nervous system. It takes all the data from your website, your app, your chat online, or HubSpot, and makes it all speak the same language.
A single source of truth.
Achieving that 360-degree single customer view, this is the absolute foundation for scaling any kind of genuine personalization and empathy.
Okay, so stepping back from the tech for a minute, once you build this emotional loyalty, how do you even measure it? You can't use the old metrics.
You can't. And the sources show the danger of trying to. True loyalty has dropped to its lowest point in 5 years. It's down to 29%. And that's happening while membership numbers are rising, which proves customers are just waiting for the next discount. It's incentivized loyalty, not true emotional loyalty.
So we need new KPIs, new metrics that actually measure ROE. The research outlines 4 essential ones for 2026. Let's start with the weighted engagement score.
This measures the quality of an interaction, not just who clicked on what. So, for example, the system might weight a customer referral as 10 points. That shows high trust. But a simple page visit is just 1 point.
And this helps you find who.
It's crucial for identifying your silent loyalists, the customers who are highly connected, who advocate for you, even if they haven't bought anything this month.
Okay, the second metric gets right to the heart of this. Net emotional value, or NEV.
NEV tries to quantify those emotional assets. It calculates the average positive emotions a customer expresses, like trust, joy, feeling valued, and subtracts the average negative emotions.
Frustration, disappointment.
Exactly. A high NEV means the brand has built a strong emotional buffer. They are much less likely to lose customers to a price war.
Third is the value moment rate. This is all about speed, right?
It's all about speed. It measures the time elapsed from when a customer's need arises to when the brand delivers the satisfying result. Time to value. A faster value moment rate correlates directly with higher loyalty.
And finally, we expand the old customer lifetime value into something much bigger. Loyalty lifetime value, or LLV.
LLV is the expanded formula. It captures the true value of the relationship, not just the cash they spent. The formula is customer lifetime value plus referral value plus advocacy value plus cost savings from that relationship.
So it proves that investing in the long-term relationship is more profitable than just constantly chasing new customers.
It proves it with hard numbers.
This has been a complete journey into Loyalty Reborn. It's so clear that the path forward is about combining powerful tech CDP, AI empathy with deep psychology, emotion, community, all to deliver a personalized experience over some generic incentive.
And we can already see this Loyalty 5.0 framework in action. Look at the Thai brands they used as cases. BBQ Plaza's Gone Gang Club. They use character marketing and these innovative things like dedicated solo dining zones. They're designing spaces that create emotional engagement.
And then there's the Sansiri family. They offer life services like a football academy for kids, not just discounts on home repairs.
They're creating strong neighborly ties. They turn a housing development into a real community. And that high social cost makes moving away a much harder decision than just finding a cheaper service somewhere else.
So the ultimate lesson here.
The ultimate lesson of Loyalty Reborn 2026 is this. In a world where AI can automate almost anything, what customers are truly looking for is empathy. All the technology we've talked about, the CDP, the AI agents, it shouldn't be seen as a replacement for people. It should be seen as a strategic tool to unlock time for your staff.
So they can step away from the repetitive tasks.
And focus on genuine, high-touch care and attention where it matters most.
The goal, then, isn't just selling more. It's becoming an essential, emotionally valued part of your customer's life.
Which means the final provocative thought we want to leave you with is this. If your brand's loyalty program just disappeared tomorrow, would your customers miss the points? Or would they miss the relationship? And that answer right there defines your future profitability.